what separates you from your opponent and makes you the better choice? And get really specific if you want, but why are you the better choice on Tuesday?
Well, I have experience.
And what's different between the two of you? What are the differences?
Yeah, I think there's some differences. For people who are looking for a Republican candidate and a Republican state rep, I haven't wavered on my views ever. I think, what you see is what you get. I'm always very upfront with people. We may not agree, but at least you know where I stand. And that's something I continue to do as a rep. I think.
So I'm sorry, but so you're saying that's different between you and Jacqueline? That statement you just made, does that make you different?
Yeah, I think it does. I think Jacqueline is a newly minted Republican, and I'm all in favor of growing the party. But I've been a Republican when it wasn't so easy to be a Republican. Having a Republican governor, people tend to come out of the shadows and say, "Oh, I'm a Republican too." I think it's different, to be able to operate. I was a Republican working under Deval Patrick, and I was still able to get things done for the city. And I think that there's a big contrast, there's a big difference in that. Being able to work with both parties and still standing strong on your values and your political views is important. I think what people need to understand is after this election is over, whoever wins the election, we're going right into state budget. Right. The House will be taking up the budget within weeks of being elected. And as I've mentioned in the past, you need relationships in order to get things done in the state budget. So instead of my first few weeks in the House, spending time meeting people and introducing myself and trying to build personal relationships, I'll walk in, I'll say hi to my old friends, and I'll sit down at my old desk and I'll get to work. Because you have to analyze the budget, you have to figure out where things fit. The Ways and Means will come out with their version of the budget, and then you have very short time. Sometimes it's less than 24 hours to look through that budget and figure out, what amendments you need, and you need to be able to be ready for that. And I think I'm the only candidate in this race that's ready to do that because, as I mentioned, I have the relationships I need to do it. I have the knowledge. I know how the budget process works. I know how to write an amendment properly and file amendments properly with the system we use. So, I think that's the most important thing in this race that people need to understand. If you want someone who can walk in on day one and be effective, I'm your only candidate. I've been doing it. I've been successful in getting money for the city of Peabody in the past, and I'll continue to do that.